Lise-Lotte, you've been appointed the president of CECOD. Can you just tell us a little bit about what does CECOD do as an association?
Sure. So CECOD is the European Committee for Petroleum Dispensing Equipment. So really a non-profit association that is working to get a sort of unification for standards, legal metrology, environmental standards and so forth, to unify that across European states.
And what will be your main goals throughout these 2 years? What do you see as the big challenges that you should face with the association?
So I think we constantly have new regulatory changes coming. I think we're going to see a lot of, especially around environmental standards. So it is really keeping track of that and helping all of our members to be prepared and ready for that as those come in. So we monitor the market very closely and really sort of follow what's happening to make sure that when they come into play, we're ready and we can tell our members on how to manage that and attract that.
In general terms, how do you see the current European market?
I would say it's fairly stable. It's quite a mature market. We've been around for, well, let's say you've got a very broad network there, a lot of stations installed, so maybe not a whole lot of new build, but still a lot of, let's say, refurbishments and people trying to live up with all of the different standards that come into play, and especially with all the environmental alternative fuels that we're getting in.
Alternative fuels is obviously one of the big topics in Europe right now. Different speeds in different countries. How does that affect you, and what would you like to see get done there?
Well, I think it affects us in the sense that we want to make sure that we bring that into the same type of regulatory standards as we have our standard fuels that we're used to in the industry. So this, again, as CECOD, we want to make sure that we keep a close eye on that and see how that fits into a standard retail network.
Obviously, you do a lot of work in America. We're here at the NAC show right now. What do you think that European retailers could learn from American retailers?
Well, I think it's two very different markets in the sense of Europe being very much all the different fuel grades on the dispensers, so several nozzles on each pump, one fuel delivered to each grade. While North America is really a blending market, so a lot more interaction with the customer in terms of making selections, using buttons, using touch screens and those type of technologies. So I think there's a lot of that I think Europe could look to and maybe test out a little bit more, but at the same time we could learn the other way around as well. So we're seeing it going in both directions. And then there's a lot of around fuel monitoring, really tracking your site data and what you can do with that.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.